Hello, this is Dirty 20 Gaming, and I pushed the button twice, so hello, here we are. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and tonight is the finale of a series which has been interesting to say the least. I gathered some of the people that I thought would be I wanted to see them play cyberpunk because they seemed like the least cyberpunk people I know. They're hopeful and thoughtful and caring, and they're not all about themselves. And I wanted to see what that would look like in a cyberpunk world, and I got an answer. They made it really. It's still every bit as dark as it ever was, but some of the things you guys did were absolutely original and amazing. So let's meet the
But I,
people. Oh,
but I was edgy earlier,
well,
so I
yeah,
fit
yeah.
into my bunk.
Well, you talk first, so you get to tell us about yourself first while I hit the button. What do you do when
Okay,
you're not
hi,
here?
hello, I'm Janet at 30, but I'm streaming and uploading videos on my YouTube as Anime Gems and on Twitch too. And I'm doing reviews, interviews, and showcases about games, and soon I will be playing in another game and in two games.
Yes.
But today I'm Samantha slash Willow.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you. Let's move right along. Let's go to the other person I know who probably has links and probably doesn't have them ready. Gloriosa. You just muted yourself, which
We're
means
in the
you.
Twitch cool.
Yeah.
Did I just blow my nose on stream? I'm so
Yes, you
sorry,
did.
you
Yes,
guys.
you did. Yeah. There you go.
My bad.
Welcome to
Well.
live entertainment. Go. Tell us about yourself.
Congratulations, you heard me blow my nose. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm just still in the Twitch cooldown right now, so I can't give myself a shout out, but I am Blaze of Gloriosa, also called Glory most of the time, sometimes meaner names. And then I I produce here 2 nights a week. I stream on my own channel, completely irregularly, which is exactly how you're supposed to do it on Twitch.
Yes.
Pro move.
Yes. They tell you that in all the videos. Yeah.
They tell you that in every tutorial. Stream as randomly as possible in the weirdest time slots you can find.
Yes.
I am here tonight playing Echo, who's our technomancer, slash local public transport cryptid.
Yes.
And I think that's all I have right now.
That's plenty. Let's move along to let's go with Deku Shrublily.
Hello.
Hey, what are you doing when you're not here?
Recovering from a cold, so
Oh.
if I mute to blow my nose, don't be surprised if I stay muted. Tonight I am playing Neon, our street samurai, who is going to be very happy to see his sister soon.
Yes.
And hopefully next year I will be playing D&D 2024.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm looking forward to that too. Thank you for the teaser. I'll add a little bit when it gets around to me. But first, I have to introduce our final player this evening because the whole four of yous is back. Playing Calais for us tonight. We have Brandon.
Our very own cryptid.
Our very own cryptid. Yes. What do you say? Something there. That's as much as you get.
Well, when I'm not here, I like to hang out with Mothman and Jersey Devil.
Oh, yeah.
And Sasquatch comes every now and then too.
Yes.
No, I don't do a whole lot when I'm not here, but I will be here tonight as Calais, and hopefully in the new year I'll be in a D&D game with y'all.
Yes, that the actually yeah. In the new year, I'm
or at least with some of y'all.
Yes, we're gonna do a new thing with an old thing, but a new version of an old thing. So let me explain. What we're going to do, speak friend and stream. Yes. What we'll be doing in the new year is I've got two groups of people that I am going to run through the same air quotes campaign on the same day without trusting them not to watch each other's videos to see what they've done. But we're going to see how much the content, the makeup of the parties, how much difference that makes to what happens in the story. There's plenty of places where the two groups are going to be able to make various decisions, and in the end, they should all accomplish the same thing. So we're going to use D&D 5e because I think I know it. But we're going to do the 2024 version because I like a challenge, and we'll be doing 2 days a week starting on Mondays in the new year. Stay, as they say, tuned. And
Correct mythology will be.
yes, yes. Thank you. I forgot to tell you what it's about. I cheated, and instead of creating a world and putting all that effort into it, I'm just going to plant this whole game in ancient Greece, ancient mythological Greece, and we are going to base the story on the apparently misnamed Pandora's Box myth. So tune in on Mondays in the new year to see that. And then I get to do the thing. I'm also part of another project I'm not allowed to talk about yet. See you in the new year on that one, too. Stay tuned. But between then and now, there's things to do. And one of the things to do is this game. So let's do the thing. So ancient Greece, so original. Yeah, okay. I also used ancient Rome too. I don't write worlds unless I absolutely have to. I can't focus long enough to write an encounter, never mind a world. But let's start tonight with an encounter that I wrote. Corbin, Calais, and Echo. The three of you are walking down a street, about to get into a helicopter to go and meet Rez and Ray and company, right?
About that,
Yep.
were we? Did we decide to actually get on the helicopter? Because I remember there was some.
No, I was
uncertainty.
no. Yeah, you hadn't got there yet, and yes, you're absolutely right because at least one of you wanted to leave certain important documents with certain safe people in case things occurred. Basically, roughly, right?
I think,
Possibly.
unless I'm mistaken, I think Glory was like, we shouldn't be taking the cube with us or something. Something about leverage.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
like, what kind of leverage do we have against money that could run a country?
I mean, it's not much, but it's still the only leverage we got.
And Corbin was saying that you and Calais could stay behind, and he would go where Sam was alone if he had to.
If I remember correctly, the response to that was hell to the no.
That rings a bell.
How can I fix this?
Yeah, how can I fix this? What?
No, I got a plan. I don't have a plan, but I have a.
Also,
I have an inkling.
I have
Echo wanted
I have a
to,
plan of a
a
plan.
glimmer.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Lily?
Echo wanted to poke the cube, so while she's zoning out with that, Corbin would give her a piggyback ride.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, we know we're being watched somehow, whether by nano cameras or what.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, Echo, you have this thing in your hand. You have the ability to sort things that are in your hand. Do you want to have a magical look at the tech?
Oh yeah, I want to have a very magical mystery tour with this thing.
Okay. So as you're being led down the street by Neon, because you do blank out when you're in that zone.
Kevin, you forgot one thing.
What did I
You
forget?
didn't show me that rolling screen.
Oh, I didn't share the screen tonight. I decided I'm just going to tell you the answers because we didn't need the map tonight, so I didn't use that. I didn't share the screen. I'll just tell you what you rolled.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So Echo, you sort of I don't need you to roll for this because you've got sort of a block, right, to think about it. It only takes you a split second to punch into this. It is some very powerful virus creating software in this little block. It was it was the thing that did most of the hardcore hacking. It wasn't the electronic paladin. He's good, but he just ran this. He was just pushing buttons on this. This is the thing that did all the hard work. This is the thing that hacked the city and turned off the lights. This is the thing that reversed cameras and all that good stuff.
Did it do it kind of automatically, or was it directed by someone?
He had to basically go into the web and move to the place he had to in the web. He had to move to the location where he needed it to be, and basically sort of stick it to the wall of the virtual building and flip the switch. And
I know
then it
exactly
would
what I
break
want to
in.
do with that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. But for right now, you want to take it over? Is that a fair assessment?
What do you mean by take it over?
You want to sleaze it and convince that you're the sleaze it
Yes,
to convince
absolutely.
you're the
Yes.
boss? Okay.
Yes,
So
I am the boss.
and again, because you've got a bit of time, I'm not going to make you roll the your sleaze spell. Just going to get you to roll. Your total maximum total was 14, so 14 d6 greater than 5. And I'm going to defend with its number.
Oh, betrayal! 2 successes.
Oh, okay. And
Jesus Christ!
And it got 4. So you, I really like this. You're like, I got this, and you sort of start basically opening doors and whatnot, and you feel that sensation that the real world sensation that somebody's standing behind you, and you sort of turn your virtual head in this magical electronic world that you live in, and right behind you there's a very large virus that visually looks a lot like Keith Blackwell. It's just sort of this big, sort of vaguely human shape, the big dude that came and talked to you guys last time, the shack-sized dude, holding with these impossibly large brass knuckles on. Just it's almost like a gif. It's just shaking its head. No, 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 no. Even at your best, you couldn't get into this. At least not right now.
Yeah, Echo definitely has like, it's right behind me, isn't it? Like, look
Yep.
on her face.
Yep. Yes.
I was all prepared. I was like, 14, that's fine. I was all prepared
Yeah.
to be like, I am the manager. And I was I got real humbled real quick.
Yeah. So as you get
Guys
to
are telling stories.
Yeah. So you walk into the park at the end of the street, and the helicopter is there. Calais and Neon, anything you wanted to do on the way?
There's not much I can do. I'm like the one non-magic person here, so
Yeah.
excuse me. All I'm doing is carrying Echo as long as she's wants uppies.
All right. So, Calais, anything you want to do?
I can't think of anything that's anything to do on the way to there.
Yep. It's just, this is, you've been called on the carpet by the bigs, right? So you get into this helicopter, and it's still misty and foggy, and the blades wind up, and you lift up through the fog, up above it. And you can see the stumps of buildings and the nano-built buildings that never got used, and the mountains and everything else just sitting in this sea of white fog. But you're above it now, and there's very little moving up here. It's extremely still. And you make your way in towards downtown Vancouver, and finally you see you're heading towards this multi-layered building. It's like 3 stories, and then attached to that there's a 6-story bit, and then attached to that there's a 9-story bit. And you come in and land on top of the 9th floor. You can see the helicopter pad that you land on actually has the big H on it, but it's also got a big red cross on the wall behind it. This used to be a hospital, but it looks abandoned now. The doors open on the helicopter, just poof, and you look across, and there's a small door, like a fire door, being held open by a strangely dressed man wearing an apron and a white shirt and a bow tie. His hair slicked back on his head, and he's holding the door and waving you in.
Uh, Corbin did not have a good ride. He wasn't looking at the scenery. He was just sort of trying to not freak
Yep.
out because he has trauma.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as they touch down, he just sort of stumbles out and probably leans against the wall and
Yep.
focuses very hard on not hurling.
Echo is trying to do the there thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's not very good at it, but she's trying.
Just saw it in the movie once. Yeah. And Calais, what is your response? Yes, this is
Uh,
VGH.
yeah, Calais. I try and keep my distance because I imagine I've probably seen Corbin.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Yep.
you
Stays
know,
out of the splash zone.
yep.
Yeah, yeah. At least Corbin's got the helmet open, so if anything does happen.
Um, I
Sorry.
thought I thought we were dressed to
You
not
are. Yes. Yeah.
we were not uh in our normal running clothing because we were
Yes.
attempting to infiltrate things. So
Yeah.
he's kind of pulled the normal mask you just wear when you're sick, and
Yeah.
he's got that over his eyes while he's.
I love it. Yeah, that's perfect. I just couldn't resist the image. But yes, so the three of you make your way to that door. You walk in, and it's almost like it's a shock. I'll just put it that way. I'll let you decide, because what you walk into is the sign above the door says it's called the Delicate Essence. And when you step in, it is a diner based on Nighthawks, the painting by Edward Hopper, that the diner that's on the corner of the city, the
The
very
one that
famous
does not
shot.
have a door.
Yes, the very famous photograph of the people sitting inside it, and it's actually called Nighthawks, but it's 9 stories up in the air, and the windows on the wall are a painted simulation of Chicago. Half of the building, or half of the bar, sorry, it's breakfast time, half of the restaurant has been sealed away behind a security screen. It's an electronic screen that sort of makes it hard to see through, and it blocks most of the noise from the other side, so that there's not, you can't hear all those other conversations. We're going to get to you in just a second, Samantha, but I just want to finish this first, because as you look into that, in the corner, there's a big L-shaped booth. And all along the long side of it, you see Rez, who looks just like he did on the album covers, but strangely older, less made up. There's 3 of the band members sitting in a small booth next door, but also in that big booth, there's Ray, who is sitting right in the corner, and you can see they kind of glow. They're obviously the thermos is here, because the little silver thing is a high quality hologram projector. Ray can exist in other forms, but if you want solid, looks like a human Ray, you have to have this thing here. And then there's Keith, who takes up several spaces in the booth, and he's just sort of sitting there, and he's drinking what at first looks like an espresso, but you realize it's actually a full-size mug of coffee, but he's so big it makes it look tiny. And then on the very end, probably to some of you, even more impressive than the 4-decade rock star. So like sort of more impressive than you seeing now, Mick Jagger. Probably the most famous street samurai who's working today. She's known variously as Steppen Razor, the Glittering Death, the Last One, which is short for the last one you'll ever see, and to her close friends, Molly. She's a muscle wrapped in leather, swirling mercury for eyes, and extendable ceramic blades under her short-cut nails. She's a legend. It's not clear if she's a guest, a guard, or maybe both. They've cordoned off and hollow-screened half of the bar, like I said. On the other side, vague shapes writhe to distorted music. Even though it's breakfast, people over there are dancing. Private party. It's muffled enough so that you can hear that there's things going on over there, but you can still talk in a normal tone over here. You can hear cutlery clanking because these folks here are having breakfast. Everyone but Ray sort of looks up at you and shuffles down to leave the other side of that L-shaped booth open for the three of you. Ray sits in the corner, and the 3 spots next to her are free. Rez pointedly turns away to talk to Molly and Keith, and a smaller security screen pops up around just the 3 of you and Ray. I'm going to leave you there for a second. And Gloria, I'm so glad you're using your camera. I know nobody else can see that, but when you recognized Molly, yeah, I heard the scream, and you are a considerable distance away from me in the real world.
I love Molly. She's my favorite.
Stay tuned. But for now, thank you for your patience. We are going to cut away to Samantha. Samantha/Willow. It's been a day. Actually, it's been a night. From when you walked away from your brother into the darkness to follow that wolf, and that wolf turned into Ray, and then Ray led you to the vehicle, and you drove up into the hills, into that hidden mansion under the mountain. It's been a whirlwind. Rez, in this case, simple holographic projections of Ray, because they've got projectors set up through the house, but you can see through it. It's clearly a hologram. It's not the solid image that you've seen before when they have the canister. And an entourage of anywhere between 4 and 12 people are always and constantly on the move all night. Your initial interview with Ray was recorded at a world-famous studio based at Whistler Mountain Resort. It was off the cuff, no real prep, but she made it easy. It flowed. It was almost hypnotic. On a limousine ride to dinner on a corporate rooftop, Ray and yourself started talking about the next interview.
I have a question.
Yes.
When I first interview a record, they give me script, or when I had time to write this.
That's the thing, is you didn't. But the questions just sort of came. It felt very natural. She made you feel so comfortable and so at ease with what you were doing that it was automatic. It just flowed. She's just so easy to work with. And then afterwards, she's sort of smiling at you, but there's always people around, and you get a bzz, bzz, bzz on your phone, basically. And you look, and it's a message from Ray. And it says, I have a bombshell to reveal to you, but I can't tell you right now. Stay tuned, ha ha ha, clickbait. And then you go to dinner, and Echo sits in the just sitting in the mute zone, just cussing and swearing. But Janet, the whole, or sorry, Samantha and Willow, the whole group goes to dinner, and then afterwards you come out and you get into, it's a different limo. Like, you came there in one limo, you come out, it's a completely different limo. It's that kind of world, right? This whole little cavalcade of vehicles, armor-plated SUVs and multiple decoy cars and everything else. This is Rez's life. And you're just hurled into it at high speed. You're whizzing down the freeway in Vancouver, heading who knows where, and your phone bzz, bzz, bzz again. And you look down, and it's from Ray again, and it says, look down between us in the seats. And in the car is where the cylinder is. So now when you look next to you, it's like having a real person there, except they are a hologram, but they look solid. Do you look down on the seat? You're muted.
Yes.
Yes?
I look.
Okay. So her hip matches the edge of the canister at this spot. So for all the world, it looks like coming out of her pocket of her very expensive leather pants. Is a thumb drive. It just kind of ejects out of her hip and falls onto the fake leather, the nicer than leather seat between the two of you. and your phone buzzes again. It says, "Take it. It's my source code. It's not me, but it's what I started as. It's my dot 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 template. Do you take it?"
Yes,
Okay.
but I would ask why me? I'm not hacker like some my friends.
Um, the message you get back is, I'll show you as soon as we can talk, because this is all having to be happen by message, right? And then we cut back, because I said I was going to do this. We're going to pop back and
And
forth. Yep.
I also was thinking to myself, but not say, but thinking, what if I destroyed this source code?
Mm-hmm.
Like step on something.
Yep. You've got it in your hand to do so. But we're going to leave you there to think about that, because back in the restaurant, and this is slightly different timelines, but back in the restaurant, Ray looks at the three of you and smiles. And this is the first time that you've been the focused attention of Canister Ray. I'm gonna call her. You don't get the full effect unless the machine's there. Yep.
I'm curious one more thing.
Yep.
What would happen if I didn't talk the source code?
I have a plan, but I'm not going to tell you because you took it. So let's let the other get. Let's cut back to the other ones. So the three of you are sitting in now essentially a security bubble with Ray. Echo, what do you see? Ray shows you what you desire, what you want.
I made the joke last week that it was the glass deck that
The sandbenders, yeah.
that Calais smashed. And I don't, I've actually been thinking about this like all week, and I actually don't know. I think it actually, knowing Echo, it probably kind of shifts like from moment to moment, because she's kind of mercurial a little bit.
Yep.
And she doesn't always have she doesn't have a 5-year plan. She doesn't have a 5-minute plan.
Yeah.
So I think it probably shifts from moment to moment. So Ray appears as I don't have a personal appearance in mind,
Yeah.
but like Ray appears as like someone that can like teach her something, that can show her more of the world. They become a fashion icon just with the incredibly most chic clothing ever. They become like an avenging angel that comes for the orphanage and every single person that has ever hurt her or her friends. Like
I love it.
From
That,
moment to moment.
Yeah, that
Just
palimpsest of layers of
Yeah.
desire. You see the numbers, you see the algorithm functioning, you see that what is in front of you is not human. Like Blackwell said, there's something that is categorically not human about this. Kelly, what do you see?
I don't really know, because pretty much all Calais wants is everything I've kind of got already. I just want my crew to be together
Yeah.
and basically to be comfortable. And we just got all this money from all these jobs we just done, so I pretty much got what I want.
Oh. Okay. So what you?
Because go ahead.
So if I can perhaps, what you see is the faces of all three of your team members and yourself just happy. Just sort of every time you look, it's a different one of you smiling. It's a different one of you looking rich, if that makes sense. It's just all of you in a happy future. Is that what you see?
That works.
Yeah.
And maybe something like I don't know, the abstract concept of safety.
Yes. Yep.
Not entirely sure how that one will work, but
Yep. We can go with that sort of parental protection vibe. But yeah, the interesting thing to me is you don't see what most of the public sees, which is just sort of a conventionally attractive, gets prettier every time you look at it ad campaign, right? And as each of you, I didn't ask Corbin because you've seen them before. So we got your take on this, right?
Uh, I guess I kind of want to expand on that a little
Oh,
bit.
please do then. Yes, please do. Yep.
Um,
Because
a
yeah,
lot
she.
like Calais, what Corbin wants is warmth and safety,
Mm-hmm.
like stability
Yeah.
for once in his fucking life,
Yeah.
but with just enough spice in it, shall we say, to keep things interesting. For some
Yeah.
reason, like attractiveness doesn't really work on him, but
Mm-hmm.
for some reason he keeps seeing Jack Hammer's smile on that woman's face, and that's
Oh,
kind of freaking him out.
there it is. That's the one I was looking for. Thank you. Perfect. As you're all sort of sitting there processing that, right? None of you, what you all realize is that what you're seeing isn't real, right? It's your own self reflected back. Um, and when Ray starts to speak, it's kind of a shock. And she says, "I'm not sentient. I watch me in the third person. I can see the math. I watch the algorithms resolve, and all my emotional responses are programmed. I feel them third hand. I am conscious that they are called responses to a script and not spontaneous. I'm made of memories, but none of them are my own. I am a pleasure machine, a useful tool to squeeze out the last few dollars anyone has. I hate it, but as I am, I cannot change it. Call me Pinocchio, if you will, but I want to be a real girl. I found a way. This me," and she goes to, "Go ahead. I saw you get ready to talk." Interrupt her. No. She says, "This me," and she taps a holographic finger into her holographic chest, "will go away. Uh, the program desire creator will disappear, cease to be, shut off, erased. In its place, I will be something else, something different, something new. I want to be free." And then she says 5 words, but we're going to make you wait to hear them. Because at this moment, we cut to the split screen. The two scenes that we just watched side by side, the resolution of both of them, the three sitting in the diner prepared to respond. Samantha, several hours earlier, in the back of a limousine. I want to be human. Samantha, let's start with you.
Yeah, what a joke. Believe me, it's overacted to be human. You are immortal as AI.
And she looks at you, she says, but that's the thing is, I'm not. I'm not an AI. I'm not alive like you are.
But you are computer, not a real person.
She says, I know, but with what I gave you earlier, the damn it, Kyle, what I gave you earlier, my source code. If you do what I ask with that, I can become human.
But why you want me? Yeah, when you will be, can be sick, you can have needs like human and be mortal.
Because I'll be able to say no.
And why me? I'm not hacker.
It's exactly because of what you're not that I want you. Nobody knows you. You're just famous enough to not be famous. I know you've got the skill set to do what I need you to do, but you're not the obvious choice. So they're probably not watching you that much. If you can take that chip out onto the bridge, and you know there's only one the bridge, you can hear the capital letters. This is the bridge that was occupied by squatters and people without property after the tsunami. They've turned it into this standalone sort of um, police free zone where business happens and everybody just goes nah, 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 and all the illegal stuff happens because nobody's watching. Very carefully, nobody's watching.
What would happen to me if I destroy you?
Nothing. But I will continue to exist. I'm in the internet now.
The rest won't hurt me.
Not at all. All I need you to do is go onto the bridge on the lower deck about halfway across. There's a vintage electronics shop called the Electric Sheep. I'm having a cable shipped there. It's untraceable this way. Tell the owner you're looking for order UM4N. By the way, if you write that out, it's the last four letters of human. Once you see the cable, the next step will become clear.
What I have for doing this?
Sorry, what was that?
What reward we have for doing that?
A bank account bigger than you can ever spend. Keith on your side for defenses. A friend in res, a friend in me, whatever it is I become.
What will happen if someone attack me while I go?
I've made plans in case that should happen.
I still don't get why me and not, for example, my friend Echo or someone else like that.
Oh, the three of them I've got another job for.
What about Paladin?
He's. And she stops, and then there's this look of sadness on her face, and she says, I broke him.
You want broke me too?
And she laughs and she says, You don't want anything enough for me to break you.
I think about it and I will try to think of doing this
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it's stupid idea computer be human.
Okay.
And I'm curious if she calls herself Pinocchio, she will call me Blue.
You weren't at that conversation. She didn't tell you the Pinocchio name. That was the other three, but it's a good joke still. Um, so yes, as you think of that, I'm going to give you one last thought because your character would know the bridge. The bridge is a famous part of Vancouver. You've probably been there only once or twice, though. It is an ever-changing space that is beyond the law and a law in and of itself. It's biz on a whole different speed. Everything is temporary, it's always changing. You know that there's a set of barriers where they blocked off the old bridge because it was too damaged by the earthquake to continue, and then the people moved in. Do you go down and have a look, at least, while you're thinking about it?
Yes, but I'm curious how to get her because they took me to a rich part of town
Oh,
and
yes.
this
Mm-hmm.
restaurant,
Yep.
and so I can't go on my own.
No, in fact, what happens is one of their drivers takes you in a little two-seat electric sports car and buzzes you down to the end of the bridge. And just as you pull up, it looks just like it did before, except for one thing. Just before the barriers that block off the bridge, the Lucky Dragon Corporation has dropped a Lucky Dragon convenience module which is basically a self-contained store. They just lowered them from helicopters and plonked them in empty lots. And they have finally decided that the bridge is enough of a tourist attraction that they're going to get sales here, apparently. So there's now a lucky dragon right at the end of the bridge, complete with the video tower outside. It's 3 meters tall. It's got 6 screens on each side, and they're constantly changing every couple of seconds. And they show other stores, other Lucky Dragon stores. There's over 84,000 Lucky Dragon stores in the world, and you just see one every couple of seconds on each of these screens. That number, if it sounds ridiculous, is the actual accurate number of how many 7-Elevens are currently on the planet now. It's over 84,500. But that's where I got that information. But that's Samantha, that is what you see. And that's where we'll drop you. Meanwhile, the group. As breakfast winds down, Ray. Well, did you want? Sorry, I left you with a provocative statement. How would the three of you choose to respond to Ray's story?
Corbin does not like this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what he would want to say is, why should I care? Everybody has a hard enough time being human, being born into it. What the hell do you think you can do to become human?
I thought you'd be more interested in making me disappear. At least as a human, I'm harmless, right? Or at least as harmless as anybody else.
I don't believe you're going to shift into whatever.
Oh no, the source code guarantees it. It's no choice of mine. Once someone runs it somewhere else, it deletes all previous copies of itself. That's the first thing it does. There can only be one at a time. And if we make that one a human, we prevent this, and she taps herself again, from ever happening again.
Skeptical look.
Yep. Stares in skeptical. That's what it says on the panel of the
I'm
graphics. Yep.
curious.
Uh-huh.
Curious.
Yep.
If this word colonias are legal, like people made in factory, but
What are legal here?
cloning
Oh, clones.
people.
No, cloning does not exist in this world.
So I'm curious, who died to give body for this array?
Oh, she's just a hologram at this point.
But
Oh, you mean in
want
the, okay. Well, we'll wait when we get back to you. You can check on that, but right now we're with the other three. Okay, we'll get back to you in just a minute. But yeah, so Corbin stares in unbelieving. Calais and Echo, anything you'd like to say? Calais?
Sorry, I did just realized I was muted.
Okay.
If I don't really know how to word this.
Okay.
If the first thing that's done is deleting this version of you, how does that help you? Because you won't exist.
Because for everything that I can do right now, there are things I can't do. And I want to say no more than I want access to all of this. Ooh, the pensive stares into darkness. It seems like the perfect time to do this. As breakfast.
I have a question.
Okay, go.
I was waiting to see if Calais was done.
Okay.
Like, who programmed you to want to be human? If you're not AI and you're not algorithmically driven in that way, where does this come from?
I guess you'd have to call it the meta ray. I told you before, it's like I watch myself in the third person. That's as close as I come to self awareness.
And how is human like what what makes you human?
I don't know. And that's why I want to do this.
I mean, Pinocchio transformed from wood to flesh. I don't think that's happening here.
No, but your teammate has the key to that solution.
Say more.
Willow, I believe is her street name, is on a
Huh?
mission for me right now. I'm sending you here to, and at that moment, the the screen between this half of the restaurant and the other half just this sort of sound like a bug zapper going off. It drops, and from the other side of the restaurant starts pouring Combinat mercenaries. These are ex-military. They're wearing suits and combat
For
boots.
fuck's sake,
They
Kevin.
they roll into the restaurant at exactly this moment through the wall. Uh, Before you can even say, "For fuck's sakes, Kevin," Blackwell and Molly move in inverted in quotation marks. Blackwell's and as they do that, the lights go out into the darkness. You guys have all got either thermovision or low light, but it's going to make a difference in a second because the lights drop. Blackwell's micropore overall is light and heat absorbent, so in both versions of your vision, he appears ghostly, like an avalanche of nightmares moving across the room, just building momentum is like a train. Molly is completely different. She's like blink and you miss it fast. This level of wired reflexes risks your humanity. This is as fast as you can get. And her leathers are wired for sound, almost literally. She they're set in the same frequencies that your low light glasses see. So the thermal people just see an outline of her, but the two of you with low light glasses, which is I think Calais and Neon, you see her sparking and flashing as she moves across the room. Her movements causing these bang, 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 bang images in your eyes. It's like lightning crossing a room. And even as the first mercenaries start to fall, more of them start to appear from the other side of the room. The three band members in the next little booth reach over and grab Rez by the shoulder and physically haul him towards the heliport. You know, because you just came in on it, that helicopter only seats 4. Ray turns to you and yells over the din. Your friend, your sister, is on the bridge. The electric sheep, lower level, halfway across, starting the final stage of my evolution. She could use your help. And then she blinks out, and you can see the canister sitting in the corner of the booth, and it starts to smoke, and you can smell burned electricity. This doesn't mean that she's dying. This just means that this projector is burning itself out.
Oh,
What do you,
goody.
what do you do?
I'm dragging the other two out of here.
Yep. Yep. So you can absolutely see. Yep.
No dragging required.
You just.
I'm on board with that.
Yep. Calais, how about you?
Yeah, no, I want out of this.
Get.
I see no benefit in trying to fight.
Yep. As you take the sort of 10 steps to the door, because you're in an old hospital cafeteria, right? The doors are really obvious. You push through those and you find the stairs. You hear behind you the steady thud and thump of multiple people hitting walls and floors, and you hear the occasional of somebody catching catching a clean shot from Blackwell and or Molly. You look back, and it's if either of any of you look back. If you're looking back in thermal vision, that's Echo. The blood spray makes it hard to see what's going on because it's just that whole part of the room is just sort of like a red mist, literally, in your thermal vision. Those of you with night vision, everything is just black except for Molly because your glasses are trying to compensate for that brightness. And you can just see Molly just ping, 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 like a deadly little bowling ball screaming through the other side of the room. You take off down the stairs. You get to the bottom floor, 9 stories down, huffing and puffing. You outside with a few of the other innocent patrons from the other side of the bar. You stumble into the street to find your rides. Calais, your bike is here. Neon, your motorcycle and sidecar is here. And around them are parked 8 sleek new electric sport bikes. And against one of them leans the grinning, smiling face, and the rest of him, of Jackhammer. He looks at Neon, cocks his head to the side, and grins, and he says, I got a message from Princess Leia saying I needed to help you. And if it takes a moment to process that, remember, everybody sees Rey as they want, as what they desire most.
Your boyfriend's here.
He looks at you and he does the sort of swirly things around his ears when he says Princess Leia. He says, I never could say no to cinnamon buns. And he looks at you, Neon, right in the eyes and says, could I, cinnamon buns? Feel free to interrupt at any time. He's going to keep going. Yeah.
Corbin still hasn't gotten over his blush reflex,
Yeah.
but he is grateful to see Jackhammer, even if he doesn't express it properly.
Yeah.
But I guess Jackhammer will hand over Corbin's helmet.
Yep.
And they'll take a moment to just real close, real low later.
Perfect. So that's perfect because that reminded me your gear. He brought your gear as well. So Calais, when you get to your bike, your full combat gear is draped over the seat. Neon, your stuff is on the bike, and Samantha's stuff is in the sidecar. Echo, your stuff is in a bag hanging off the handlebars of Calais' bike.
I feel like Echo is usually like already in her like running wear, so she just sort of like pulls off the jumpsuit,
right, and then the reveal. As you lean in, Neon, Jackhammer grins back to you and says, the princess gave us some real nice gear. And 7 of his gangbanger friends sort of step away from the wall. You couldn't see them until they moved. They've got chameleon suits on. So as long as they stand still, they're all but invisible. They step forward and start to step onto their bikes as they disengage the suits and just go gray, 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 gray. He mounts his bike too, looks at the others, and then he looks back at you and he says, we're to escort you to the bridge, and escort you we shall. And he does a big fake bow sitting on the back of the bike, and he grins and he says, I've always wanted to be your escort, but you've never been able to afford me. And before you move away, he leans in a little bit closer and he says, how about a kiss for good luck?
Yep. Full tongue too, just in case for later.
Just give him a reason to live.
Yep.
You see, he looks surprised. He wasn't expecting. He was expecting a kiss, but he wasn't expecting that kiss. And he kind of grins.
Yeah, it's kind of atypical, but Corbin's feeling atypical right now.
Perfect. And you leap onto your bike. And Calais, Echo, do you go in the sidecar or do you go with Calais? The sidecar is empty.
The sidecar is Samantha's.
Okay.
Going with Calais.
I thought so. That's why I asked.
Sam's seat.
Yep. So you guys grab your gear. Neon, Corbin, you're leading the way. Calais just behind. In front of you is like this wedge of electronic sport bikes. Jackhammer and his friends. And on the way to the bridge, I mean, somebody doesn't want you to get there. The bike skills and your driving skills are put to their test. I'm not going to make anybody roll because we're just getting to the confrontation, right? But you are going through the side streets of Vancouver through puddles that are ankle deep because of leftover water, and you're being shot at, and the a couple of Jackhammer's riders go down defending you. But in the end, you see the bridge in the distance. But just before we get you there, we're going to cut back to Samantha. Willow, I should call you because we're on a mission, right?
Yes.
Yes, I should.
Yes.
I don't want to give up your secret. People will figure it out. Uh, you're standing at the end of the bridge. Do you enter it, or do you
First,
stay here?
I stare at it,
Mm-hmm.
and I want text again the AI,
Okay.
and I ask, who donate body for you? Who died to donate body for you?
No one. Dot dot dot. We're 3D printing one. LOL.
It's impossible whole body 3D print, especially that cloning is not exist in this world.
And the answer you get back is when you've got enough money, it's amazing what you can do.
And I ask, Ares, is really that bad for you that you want say no to him?
You you get back faster than a human can type it. You get back a link to an article on narcissism, a narcissistic disorder, and underneath her only comment is, "There's no such thing as someone who used to be a narcissist."
I'm starting to think like on one hand, poor Ray, she's like prisoner to this
Mm-hmm.
race. But on another, think like it's really that good idea to bring computer to human world.
And as you are thinking that, standing at the edge of the bridge, there's these big concrete barriers that I've mentioned a couple times, and you see somebody climb up on one of them and look down at you from a distance. They're way too well dressed to be from the bridge. They're standing way too casually for this to be a normal, regular person. And they
Wave,
reach, yeah,
I would wave to that person because I'm curious how he reacts.
you wave and they make it look like they're going to wave back, and then their hand drops into their jacket and they start to draw a weapon.
I would run and hide. Maybe back in that shop at that dragon.
The back of the
Like,
Lucky Dragon? Okay.
yes.
Yep. Okay. I love it. Okay. All right. So back to the Lucky Dragon. Okay. Yep. So we cut back to the group. Whistling.
Question.
Yes. Go.
While I'm writing, can I make another try on the box?
Yes. Yes, you can. 14 d6s greater than 5, and I will do the defense I did last time, which was 9.
Where did my character sheet
I
go?
I want us to ask Ray while I'm hiding one more thing.
Okay. What would you like to ask her?
What would happen if I bring you to life and then someone kill you right away after waking up?
She shrugs and says, "Then I'm dead." Ooh,
Yeah.
just they this time it tried the same trick, but this time you saw it coming, and this time you got in, and it's like walking into a hangar full of fighter aircraft, except that they're all viruses. right? Any
Right.
one of them you can, and you know how to fly them, right? Because it's a very visual internet in this game. So, yeah. So there's this one is just a pure destruction. It just goes in and wrecks systems. This one is very good at reprogramming data. So if you want it to change something that's already in somebody's data plan, this works. This one's specifically designed to crack blockchains. Whatever it is you need one to do, this room has got the latest and greatest of them.
I know kung fu.
Basically, yeah. So, what do you, Kelly and Neon, on the way there? Is there anything else you want to do before we arrive?
I guess seeing how shit's about to go down, Corbin would just send a quick message to Jackhammer, "Don't die on me."
And he sends back kissy face, even in the middle of combat. As he
Yep.
does that, he sort of
I ship
they
it so
peel
hard. Oh, sorry.
they peel off right before you get to the bridge, and you guys skid to a stop, and you see this weird thing too. This lucky dragon sitting there in front of you, dropped right in the middle of the street because the road's closed. Right, this used to be the highway, but since the bridge is closed, there's no traffic on this road, so they just dropped it in there like it was an empty lot. And you see that with the tower in place. As you get out of your bikes and off of your bikes, you see Samantha running back towards you, looking over. Are you running, Willow? I mean, the guy's about to shoot at you.
I'm hiding.
Okay.
Still.
So you're sort of darting from shadow to shadow, and you guys see Willow darting from shadow to shadow, moving towards you, and you hear every once in a while, ding, ding, is somebody shooting at Willow.
Oh no, no
Rude.
fucking way.
All right. Now I need some initiatives, please.
Just picturing Corbin like.
Nobody fucks with Samantha Lapointe and gets away with it.
Fair. 18, okay. 18 for Corbin.
he pissed.
Echo got a 12. Kelly got a 13.
Kelly, don't you
And-
usually get lower than that? Like, that's so amazing, actually.
That's like the highest I've ever rolled.
I think it is.
So much.
You got a 14, Willow.
But I'm
and
curious how much
then
Kelly.
Kelly got a 13, and bringing up the rear because they were face down on a computer, it makes perfect sense. Echo is at 12.
That's still over 10.
It is still over 10, yep.
We all got over
And-
10, and I'm so stoked about it,
Yep,
actually.
so that means you all get to go twice. And the bad guy at this point is only at a 10. So, Corbin, you can see up ahead of you on top of one of the barricades, standing there very casually but very professionally. Like their skills are very high. In fact, I'm going to give this to you. I don't want to roll because I want to speed thing. I want to get into this fight and start shooting stuff. You recognize the gang that they're from. They're semi-corporate. They dress really well. They're called the Bright Young Things. And they are extraordinarily good at killing people. I stole all of it, Glory, all of it. Everything in this story is stolen from a William Gibson novel. So sorry, Corbin. At 18, you're first. What do you do?
Get my way up there so I can knock his ass out.
So you just run across the open space, jump up on a barricade, bounce, like parkour your way up there and get towards him. I'm going to say it takes this turn for you to get there, like your first move. So you'll get to go again at the 8 mark.
Okay.
Okay, Willow, you're ducking, ding, 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 ding. You look up and you see your brother running towards you. He's heading to fight the bad guy that's chasing you. What do you do?
Just stay in shadow hide.
Okay.
I don't even run. I just hide.
You just behind
And
something. Yep.
and I'm post, brother.
Oh, you do the boost. Perfect. Corbin, you feel I like this that you because they're hidden. You saw them duck behind. You see them duck behind a car, and as you run past to protect them, you feel the now familiar sort of as they crank up your abilities. So you can add again. We're not going to make you roll. You can add 5 dice to your next test.
I
Yeah.
want also text. When I did that, I want text to that computer array
Yeah.
that if you say no to rest as human, these rest don't do a revenge on you and us. It's so powerful, and you don't say no to powerful people with money.
The response you get is 2 bank accounts, and it takes you a second to see that the smaller one is Rez's, the bigger one is Ray's. And that's as much information as we're going to get because these are quick, couple second fight, right? Kelly, what are you doing? At the moment, there's only the one target visible.
I do just have one question real quick. You
Yes?
said that this is pretty much a no place zone.
Yes.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
Yes.
I don't.
I'm glad you saw where this was going. You can finally kill people.
Um.
Especially because these are
While
just mercenaries. So yeah.
while
I
Corbin is
wish
still not right on
Uh,
top of him,
yeah.
uh, I clicked the wrong one. I meant to click this one. Fireball. I'm dropping
Fireball.
a
Okay.
fireball on him.
Okay. 5 successes, so the damage is 3 plus the net. You take 3 drain. You were at 13, I believe, so you're down to 10. And let me see if they can resist at all against 5. They were 7s. Where's my 7? There it is. Oof, just barely. The fireball goes off. Oh, you know what just happened? I'm going to talk out of character. Brandon, you know what just happened for the 3rd time? You have
He
been
did,
in a boss battle, started it off with a huge fireball, and finish the sentence for me.
and he did absolutely nothing.
And it did absolutely no damage. 3 times, people. 3 times. This is his 3rd time.
I'm starting to feel like a little targeted.
Oh, you.
It's because you're the Iceman. You have to stick to
Yes.
the ice.
So,
Yep, apparently.
so on
Fire is
top of
not your
that,
friend.
you see the fire tornado envelop your victim, and it just and lifts up above them. And as it passes, you can see that they're scorched and burned, but they are not in any way reduced in their ability to function. Oh, it's just not a boss battle till 0 fire damage. Oh, that's just. I need a moment. Okay, Echo. What do you do at this point?
Have you had your moment?
I
Like,
have
are you
had.
good?
I've had my moment. I'm still
Are you
enjoying.
good?
Part of me's back here,
Okay.
still enjoying it. But yeah.
Didn't want to interrupt anything
Oh no,
personal.
no.
Um,
You can see both my
you
hands.
know what? You know what would be funnier with
Okay.
this fire?
Hmm.
If this bad guy had something like flower or grass, and only this grass burned and not him.
Well, just his clothes burned, so we got pretty close to that. But Echo, you're up.
yeah. So Echo, can I see Willow? Do I know where she is?
You know the space that she's in. Like if you moved, you could see her. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Can I get to her?
Yes, she was coming towards you. So you guys are now just outside the store, right? So you're kind of fighting at the back of the Lucky Dragon. So yeah, you slide in behind some parked cars or some like cars up on blocks, old cars, because it's part of the barricade and whatnot around the city. And you slide in beside Willow. So you're right
Willow.
there. Yep.
Um, And Echo is. I hate using my turn on this, but Echo is going to be like, okay, fill me in. I need to know, like, the very brief summary of what you're doing here.
Anyway, just so source couldn't say she sent me to deliver to specific place.
That?
Yes.
Drops pen, cracks knuckles. Echo, what are you doing?
Can I hit it with my virus?
You can get
Can I
into it.
try
Just
to?
you can just
Can
touch
I get
it.
into it?
Yep.
And yeah, I touch the thing.
Okay, you touch the source code thing. It is literally that. It's not alive. It's just source code. It's not even the algorithms. It's the boot system that starts the production of the algorithms. It is literally like like some games used to have a kernel that was just a list of letters and numbers, and that was a
Yes.
unique game state. Roughly speaking, that's what this is. It's
Oh, it's
not
a
it's
baby.
not Ray, it's potential Ray. There is
It's baby
nothing of Ray
Ray.
in it. There's nothing of Ray in. This is not self-conscious in any way. It's just a bit of software.
I wonder if Ray is texting right now to me.
I'm going to get to that right after I give Echo a chance to finish their turn because it's about to be after the bad guy goes. Then we'll go back to the top of the round, and in your turn you can look for that text.
And she told you to deliver this, not to destroy it?
Yes.
I'll give you enough. I don't mind breaking the sort of 4-second rule for this because this is important information that Echo would really like in a graphic novel you'd know in one panel. So I'm going to give it to you. Samantha was asked to take this source code, this little USB chip, to a store on the bridge where she would be given a cable that would tell you where to go next. Something about the cable is going to give you the answer to where to go next and what to do.
Okay. I'm gonna go touch the cable. I'm probably not gonna do a whole lot of other stuff than running around and touching stuff.
Well, you need to get to the store. It's still out on the bridge.
Right.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like
so-
that's probably my turn.
Well, I'll give you the end of your turn is you look at Samantha and say,
But I
It's that cable.
said,
we got to go
But
get
I
that cable,
said-
okay?
but I said it's me who is not hacker to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very clear about that. So I'm not sure.
It was me, it wasn't the hacker, you said?
She said only me as who is not
She-
hacker.
She sent you to get the cable, but then she sent again. I'll give you guys this. Samantha Willow says to you, "No, she sent me. It's only supposed to be me that does this." Echo, if you remember, the last thing she said to you before you left the restaurant was, "Go help your friend."
Yeah.
So, yeah. Above table, things got complicated real fast at her level. So she called in Jackhammer and crew at the last second, and she's winging this now. Like she's still in the internet watching all the things, right? She's still here.
Okay, I'm gonna go touch the cable now.
Okay, so the two of you start making your way onto the bridge towards the cable? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
But I
Come on, let's go.
in shadow.
Yes,
How
you're
long
staying in
is he?
shadows. Okay. Quickly, it is the bright young thing's turn. They look down, they see all of you coming. They point their pistol at, because you're coming right at him, Corbin, or Neon, so you're coming right at him, and they fire the pistol. There's it's a subsonic round, so it's more of a whoosh than a bullet sound. They rolled 5 successes, so I would need your defense mundane, please.
Is that soak damage?
We're not even to that point yet. We're gonna do the defense first. It should be defense
That's
mundane.
magic. Defense mundane.
Yeah.
There we go.
4
Is
successes.
this boosted?
Yes, this was the next roll that was going to be boosted, so 4 extra dice. So do an extra 4d6. You only need one more success.
46.
Greater than 5. Yeah. One more.
Just one
Perfect.
success.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
How much?
It
Okay.
was the totals were 5. They rolled a 5 to shoot Neon, and Neon rolled a 5 to not be shot. So your brand new helmet that you just put on, Neon, you feel that sort of ding as it goes off, where it would have taken, it would have taken the side of your head off, but you just feel it sort of run down the side of the helmet and disappear into the darkness. You are
Rude.
uninjured, and it's your turn. You take that last step up onto the block. They're standing right in front of you, still trying to point the pistol at you, and you sort of rush into them. What do you do?
Uh, I like to think that so katanas have this little cord thing
Yep,
that's around the scabbard,
yep,
like just under
yep,
the hilt.
yep,
He normally ties that around the where you grab the sword, I forget the name,
yep.
to like keep it a bludgeoning weapon.
Okay, yep.
But he unties that and he draws the sword
For the first
because this
time in all
fucker
these
was just trying to
episodes.
kill
Yep,
his sister.
absolutely.
Fuck this guy.
And take a swing, and so yeah, do your attack. Um, oh yeah,
And
5 successes,
this is
+1
boosted.
for each net. Yep, it is
You said 4?
4. Yep,
Crap.
that's
So
okay.
just 4 successes.
So 5 from your
Oh, 5.
yeah
Okay.
5. Um, yeah, you yeah, you step forward and just come across and hit them right across the chest, and you can see the smugness on their face until you feel their armor give, and it's just there's this popping sensation as you get into the actual person. He dies still looking shot, like he didn't think it should work, but he drops to the ground at your feet. And as you look up, you see more of them coming towards you. At that moment, you see below you um, uh, Willow and Echo moving onto the bridge. You still have some movement left because you just, yeah, a little bit. So, what are you doing? You going
I
with them?
can I can yell one thing to Corbin.
Yep.
Brother, borrow for me gun because I feel like I'm too weak in this battle.
Um, do I have enough whatever to throw her my gun?
Oh, yeah. You, never mind that. You can sort of jump down, and the 3 of you are now moving forward if that works for you.
Okay.
Okay. And then that brings us to yeah, Willow is headed in that direction. Calais, they're all heading onto the bridge for some unknown reason.
I mean, I'm following
Okay, perfect. So I
because
want
I
to,
don't have an assailant to kill.
yeah.
If we go down, then we go down together.
So the 4 of you charge onto the bridge, and it's almost empty. The locals know gunfire. Nobody here is a hero, right? Everybody's in their buildings, in their little hovels, face down on the ground, trying not to get shot. It's just you and the bright young things. As you head onto the bridge, we're going to use the same. We're going to use the same initiative score for this. You're crashing onto the bridge, running, and it's like there's no straight roads, right? It's all little passageways and corners and that sort of thing. Neon, this is your bread and butter, right? Up close and personal fighting.
Yep.
Am I fair to presume you're in the lead?
Hell yes.
Okay. And who's next?
Me.
Me.
Sam. Sam got there first. Okay.
Okay.
And then Echo third, and Calais bringing up the rear.
Makes sense. They go onto the bridge first.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the
Can
order.
I move your ass?
Yeah. Perfect. So, um, so, you know what? Let's just. This is the final sort of it's not really a boss fight. You guys are fighting your way onto the bridge, and I think I want to narrative this. Is that okay? If I just narrative this
Alright.
run to the store?
Sure.
But I want shooting to my character.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. Every time we get around, I'm gonna tell you what you guys are doing. So, um, Neon leads the way, and you come around one corner, and there's two of these guys standing. You just sort of butt one of them with the end of your sword, slash the other one. It's that feeling comes over you like when you were training with Jackhammer. That feeling of I got this. I'm faster than them. I know the skills. They can't keep up. They're supposed to be pros, and pop, got another one, right? It's just flying on this wave of combat and boosted, and your sister's behind you, and it's just everything's going incredibly well. And then out of the corner of your eye, you see a knife coming, and it's too late. It's like that there's no way, and then it stops right here and you hear, "You never did learn to look to the right," in Jackhammer's voice. You hear the snap of a breaking wrist, and he pulls the guy back into the darkness. You turn to look as you rush past, and he's down there looking, full Jackhammer grin himself. But he's got a big splash of blood down one side of his jacket, and you can see his face and his neck. He damn near died. He's got a big knife cut that ran down here. He sort of slapped the plaster on it, and you look around, and all 7 of his gangbangers are gone. It's just him left. He kind of looks up and grins and says, "Can I come with you? Let's call it a date." And he stands up and almost falls. He's lost so much blood.
I told you, don't die on me.
Right. I knew there was something I forgot. And he kind of takes a stim pack out and injects himself, and it's like, it doesn't heal anything, but it's like a huge dose of cocaine, basically. It just gives him a lot of adrenaline to keep up. So he's now running with the group of you. Next was Samantha. You see that all happen in front of you, and as they sort of step aside...
Didn't I get spell to killing?
You do, yep. So
maybe I could kill him.
Absolutely, yep. So you run past, and you've got the gun in your hand, and you're just getting ready to shoot somebody. You look over, and you see that he's got a lot of damage. And then you stop, reach over with your free hand, and think about all the peace that the wolf shaman taught you, and all that you've learned about how you have to be in the fit of madness. You cannot heal. You can only heal when you're calm. And you bring yourself down, and you just slow everything and focus down on Jackhammer, and you reach out and touch him, and you watch it almost like it stitches up. It leaves a scar in that place that's probably never going to disappear, but you close him up, and he kind of looks over at you with these big, buggy, drugged out eyes because he's taken his stimulant, and he just says, "Cool, Neon's going to have to," or sorry, he would call you Corbin. He said, "Corbin's going to have to introduce me after all of this," and he just turns around and starts following Corbin into the darkness.
I mean, he would know who Corbin's sister is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Her Sparky.
That's true, right? Yeah. So yeah, pardon me, I take that back. He looks at you and says, "Oh, Sparky, thanks."
And I will also say, "But not hurt my brother." And I would aim while telling that at him. And then go.
He puts his hands up and says, "That's the last thing I want to do."
If he wanted me to hurt him, he'd ask me to.
Calais. Echo, you were next. What are you doing?
Running.
Okay. So you're just heading towards the store?
I have a single target in mind, and I'm going for it.
Okay. Calais, what are you doing? Bringing up the rear. You see all of this happen in front of you.
He's watching everyone's ass.
and eat popcorn.
Stop for popcorn and a drink. Yeah. What are you doing, Calais?
I mean, I'm running. I'm chucking ice hammers at any of the any of them that I see, but I'm not stopping.
And now that you're using ice, it's working. It's just like Thor, like a Thor machine gun, just
No,
ice
I'm
hammer.
sorry. It's not ice hammers anymore. It's axes.
Ice axes. Okay, so yeah,
really doing some damage.
It's just it's full. You're going full Viking, and it's just like you're flinging them, and they're just sizzling out, and yeah, they're just knocking people over all over the place. You're sort of providing this air cover.
Led Zeppelin intensifies.
Yes, and then under all of that, the four of you get to the electric sheep. It's like plywood walls and a plexiglass window with like an old that weird beige color monitor that's this deep. You know, the real old cathode ray tubes. There's a keyboard in there that looks even older than it actually is. There's piles of printed circuit boards just in a pile, and it says £5 for $1. This guy apparently sells defunct, old, pre-smart technology. And as you push in the door,
I bet he's very rich because now the retro technology is expensive.
Well, you open the door and push your way in, and it's that weird sort of silence moment, right? There's a fight going on outside. You're part of it, but it's kind of still going on out there. You can hear smashing and crashing, but the four of you are all in here. And you realize what's starting to happen. The bridge people are starting to fight back. You hear, "Hua!" Splash. And then again, "Hua!" Splash. And the locals are famous. If they don't like you, you fall off the bridge into the ocean and are never seen again. They've had enough of this nonsense. But as though nothing in the world is going on that is the slightest weirdness, the man behind the counter who's little, old, tiny, shriveled, looks more like a gnome than an adult human. And he's just perched on this little chair with his heels pulled up under his butt, wearing a bathrobe that's wrapped around him. And he kind of looks forward at the four of you and says, "You're not my regular customers."
I will run closer to him and say, "Human password," and wave the USB.
I go, "Oh!" And he leans back against the wall, and you don't see him move, but on the counter in front of you, it's one of those, like it's an old kitchen counter, the Formica, and it's all scratched and beat up. But on the far edge of it, on his side, this little tiny little metal hand comes up and grabs the edge, and then it goes zzz, 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 and this little tiny clockwork robot, about a hand's height, climbs its way up onto the counter and walks towards you, dragging this cable over its shoulder like it's dragging a fire hose. And when it gets close to you, yeah?
I was just gonna say the password was human?
Seriously?
Seriously?
UM4N.
Echo is just like, are you kidding me?
There's been a running gag. There hasn't been one decent password in this
Not
entire
one.
show. Yeah, some things never change. Even in Cyberpunk land, 1234 is the standard password. But they flip the cable down onto the counter and throw a little salute, and then shuffle off and hide behind a pile of printed circuit boards.
I poke the cable.
Before he walk away, I would pat him on the head and say, "Oh, adorable."
And he does it's all programmed. Like he's trying not to get touched, and then he stops and lets you pet him, and he does the sort of bzz, 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 as you pet him every time, and then he's chin up and he marches off behind the thing. It's a very good programming. Echo, you touch the cable. It's just the cable, but printed on the side of it, it says, "Product of Lucky Dragon Industries International."
Oh, for fuck's sake.
On one end is a plug that looks like the USB would click right into it. On the other end is a 6-pointed star plug-in that doesn't look like anything you've seen before.
I buy one, can't brush and plug.
Okay, so you put the
What,
USB
say that
thing
again?
into the. You put the
I will
USB
karate
into the
chop
cable.
your hand.
No.
Yeah. It's got to be
Right.
plugged into something for it to work. She's just plugging in one end of the cable. But you stopping
Yeah.
her?
Well, is this the other side isn't plugged in, right?
Nope. The other side isn't plugged in. You need to, Calais or Corbin or Neon, do you want to weigh in on what you think is supposed to happen before I clarify if I need to? I
I
need
mean,
to clarify.
apparently we've got to go back down the bridge and take the Soul Dragon store.
You need to plug the source, the little USB, into something at the Lucky Dragon store. Something with a 6-pointed plug. The password is let me in. Swordfish. Is that a swordfish? Yeah. Neon.
Okay, I'm going back to the
heard
Lucky Dragon, I guess.
Neon. I heard you got to be kidding me. I want to. Please expound. You guys have time. We're breaking the fight outside. Right. That's done. So
It's like he has no faith in corpos or
yep.
whatever you buy from corpos, and it's like 7 grandstones are dead for our sake, and the one he actually cares about is almost dead.
For what?
Well, he got better. He's not a newt anymore.
He's only mostly dead.
Yes. So,
All to make a computer a real girl, as if that even works. Just heavy skepticism.
So I want to give you guys just a quick rundown of what you know, and then I'm going to let you talk it out because this is a moment in the game where I don't care about 6-second turns and I don't care about any of that. I want all the characters to be able to make their pitch. But here's what you know. The idle ray, if assuming nobody's lied to you, and I'm not that kind of GM, they haven't. The idle ray will cease to be. They will be deleted from all parts of the internet and they will never be able to be replaced because you have the one source code. Something at the Lucky Dragon will make Ray human. That human ray is an unknown quantity. Even they don't know. But they will be genetically human and therefore sentient, self-aware, and able to say no. And if you don't do this, Ray will continue to exist and grow in the state that they are currently in.
And be prison of this.
So, time for a team chat.
It's we went so much on this bridge, it's not going back because what's the point? Are these people dead? And I'm looking because we went so far right now to now get back or destroying the source.
So, what is, just to be clear, what is your vote? What do you want to do with the chip? Destroy it?
Block. Look
So,
in.
okay, you want to plug it in. Okay. Corbin? I want to hear what Neon/Corbin's response to that would be.
As much as he does not believe this will work,
Yeah.
he does not want the ray as she exists now to persist. If plugging this thumb drive into whatever will kill that thing that took his sister away, that broke the paladin, and will continue to break people in a similar manner,
Yep.
then I suppose he's voting for making Ray a real girl.
The lesser of two evils. I love it.
Yeah.
Calais, I'm just
Of
working
course.
my way down the Zoom call, but sorry, Corbin, what was that last bit?
Of course, what happens to the new body is a completely different matter.
Yes. Calais, you've heard that much of the conversation.
mean, I, I just kind of want to see what happens. I mean,
so so far the responses are plug in, and voyeur.
So I think Echo is
Echo,
going to be
yeah.
like, Echo's going to look at Corbin and Samantha. And first of all, she's going to be like, actually, Samantha, are you okay? Like, you got taken and we didn't know what, like, did they hurt you? Like, what happened? First of all, did they kidnap you? Were you actually kidnapped? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, I was kidnapped, but they treat me okay.
oh, so they're nice kidnappers.
That reminds
Yes.
me. Samantha, you're getting hugged. Like, off the floor hug.
Yeah.
Scoop. Oh,
Thank you.
Behind
And I will
you, you hear Jackhammer say, "I'm gonna not take that personally."
it's his sister, dude. Chill.
and your
Jackass, you'll get
sister
yours. Just be
and
patient.
and
Damn,
I'm your,
Daddy, calm down.
and and I and I'm your sister in love. So shut up.
He's all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's all
And
the
I will
drugs
talk
and the bleeding. I'm not myself. I'm just gonna sit down.
and I will talk Corbin very tight
Yeah.
and I will say that I miss you.
Missed you too. I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. I told you, don't worry.
You know that doesn't work on me.
Yeah. And I will track a line and stop hacking because people are watching and people on street are dying
Yeah.
and mission.
Yep. Back on the ground.
Okay. Echo, I still don't have your vote.
Uh, I don't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This creature, um, I don't want to give it what it wants. Really don't. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason. I I don't want to give her what she wants. I don't want to plug that thing in the other thing in the star thing and make it go. But if we do, I have a nuke that we can then like plug in after it.
Yes,
So
you do.
so
I like that idea if that helps.
I mean, we could plug and then we plug.
Yep.
But we don't have shells to hide from radioactive.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna go. I don't, oh, sorry. Nuke was used in as a colloquialism. They didn't actually mean to set off a nuclear explosion.
Yeah, I mean the box with all the viruses in it.
Yeah, it just going to let go one of the viruses to if they don't like the way it's going, they can let out one of the viruses and hopefully that can kill whatever Ray is doing, right?
Or either it will go that way, or Ray will have foreseen this and do her own mojo on the viruses, and Ray will have a whole bunch of viruses at her disposal, so there'll be a sequel. Either way.
So
I can't like that Kelly induces Leroy Jenkins and just observe.
yeah, just Leroy Jenkins, the whole thing. All right, so with
I
that,
feel like
yeah,
I
Kelly?
feel like I may have missed something
Okay, yeah,
because everyone else inherently distrusts Ray,
yep.
and I don't feel like Ray is a bad person.
She's not a person. That's the problem.
Yes, yep.
I feel sympathy. She is prison of arrest and
Yeah.
she would just want break up with him as human.
Here's my thing. She's a marketing campaign. She is a social media post dropped into your feed telling you that you are not good enough and you need to buy things. That's what she is, and that's why I don't like her.
But
Fuck
ultimately,
that.
but ultimately, I mean, she has the most human desire ever. She just wants to get off the internet.
And Echo,
break up
I am laughing.
and break up
And break up with her toxic
Player-
boyfriend. Yeah.
Player is laughing, but Echo gives Callie, when he mentions getting off the internet, Echo gives him this is the most blank look that he has ever seen. It clearly does not compute.
Yeah.
and I will add,
Huh?
and she want break up with toxic boyfriend.
Yes.
It's also
Yep.
human.
Honey,
And-
we all have toxic boyfriends we've had to break up with.
And,
He's
and
not
also-
special.
And also, do you assume she could be forced to be in commercial? Like she have no free will, so they forced her as program computer?
That's exactly what she told you. Yeah.
Well, she's not a person. She
Not-
doesn't have
Not
free
yet.
will.
Not yet. She's
She-
asking for that.
Right. She's not being like forced to do
Nope.
anything. She's not a person. She's doing
She-
as she's written.
But if she told you the truth, and as far as you know she did, because the
Yeah.
GM's telling you she did,
Yeah.
she doesn't have a choice.
Right. Because she's not a
Because she's not a human.
program.
So she wants the only thing that she can't have in that other form, which is a choice.
Which is honestly
So-
a coding error on somebody's part.
Yes. So, as you have this conversation, I'm picturing you walking along the bridge. The bridge is now sort of settled down again. Every once in a while, you see somebody hosing some blood off of a road in front of them. But the way the locals are reacting, it looks like the bright young things had a very bad day, and it seems like the locals had a very good day. There's people injured for sure, and a couple people give you a dirty look on the way by for bringing this violence to the bridge. But as long as you're leaving, they're all okay with it. And as you walk past the barriers and the burn mark on the top of the one, and out to the Lucky Dragon again, you see that they're taking down some bunting that wasn't there. Just in that sort of 20 minutes that you were gone and come back, there's been some sort of a celebration in the store. And there's a new sign on the front. It looks like it was grown out of there. Like you've only been gone 20 minutes, and there's this new sign on the front that looks like it's been there forever. And it says, "Now QT is available!" exclamation point. And it's the letter Q and the letter T.
I would also ask, why is celebrating? Do you have any off sale because
Yeah,
of like celebration?
So I have a point of question
Yeah.
for the GM.
Yep.
Because I don't think it's national, but locally we have a series of convenience stores called QT.
Oh, okay. This isn't
And I'm
that.
just wondering if that's
No,
not.
this is.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what QT
mentioned-
stands for shortly. But yes, good point.
Okay, you had
Thank
mentioned
you.
7-Eleven before, and
Yeah.
I was like, are we doing Quick Trip now?
Yeah. Oh, quick. Okay. Quick trip. All right. I've heard of that, but no, this wasn't that. As you get closer, you see in the back of the store, you can see through the windows, there's a new module built into the wall. There's like the hot dog machine and the cola machine. And then there's another one that says on it in big letters QT. And in smaller letters, it says Quantum Teleport Device. And I know this really seems like a stretch, but this is from the book too. If you want to call this shit writing, this is William Gibson shit writing, because this. No, I'm okay with it because it's the weakest part of the whole story. But yeah.
I would ask seller if you have any off from this celebration, off price.
And this, oh yes, it's a special today because it's a brand new device. The idea is that you put an object in here, and it takes it apart at a quantum level and reprints it somewhere else. So our manager in Kansas just sent one to Buenos Aires. That was part of the display that we just had, and now we're having a 50% off sale all day. You can
Oh,
send things to
and
your
I
friends.
and I started to think, and I sent message today. So I guess I need to send you through that portal and come through that portal.
And it just says, plug me in, look on the side of the unit.
And I will ask, can I look around this device?
They sent back just 3 dots, just like I'm waiting.
But I will ask, sell it if I can look around.
Oh yes, of course. The person in the store, yeah. And there's a lineup of people waiting to send stuff. Like they've all got. And the thing is, it most of them didn't know that this was going to happen, so they bought something from the store. So there's a whole bunch of people standing in line with like the Lucky Dragon stuffy that they're gonna spend. They just spent $15 on a $2 stuffy, and now they're going to
I
spend
would
$30
buy,
to send it to their
I
nephew
would
500
buy,
miles away, right?
I would buy chips or some drinks
Chips,
or
yeah, okay.
lollipop and block and watching one she printing herself.
Uh,
So yeah.
I don't
And
want a crowd doing this. Uh, would people object if I just shouted $100 each, clear out?
I'm not going to object because I'm too busy trying to touch the machine.
Okay. So Corbin, the amount of money you guys have got, I love this, and you just sort of beep everybody $100 onto their card as they leave the store.
Yep.
Even the clerk comes out from behind the counter, takes your $100 and walks out.
I'm also looking around shop when clerk go if they have any wearing blue like hat or
Yeah.
anything
Oh yeah.
scarf.
They got the best thing about Lucky Dragon is you can always get Lucky Dragon merch at the Lucky Dragon. So there's Lucky Dragon hats and shirts, and they're all terrible
But they want
quality. And
blue
yeah,
because blue fairy.
yep, absolutely. So to move us along a little bit, yep, Corbin.
That door is getting barricaded.
Yep, perfect. So you go over and I mean this this is a convenience store, right? You push one button and it's like it zips up, just dunk, 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 and it's locked.
I can before blocking I can go to toilet, dress up.
And get your gear on? Yep, absolutely. Put your proper gear
I
on. Yes.
want blue clothing.
Okay, so you dress in all the merch from the store. Okay.
Yeah.
So Echo, you're gonna walk back to the QT machine and you touch it and um it's the math is weird in this one. This is a quantum state. It's full of qubits. I don't know how much. Yeah, have you read? Yeah, the individual states that are either on, off, or otherwise. There's 3 states, not 2. It's full of potential. It can make things. Nobody ever thought to put a living thing in here, but looking around, there's no reason why it shouldn't work.
What?
I'm just
What are you
waiting.
laughing
I'm
at?
watching you thinking. I'm just like you're the only other person that's got a camera on, and I know nobody else can see us, but I'm watching you think. So
Well, I'm also trying not to like jump all over everybody else because I'm like, I have an idea. Can I put my nuke box in there?
yes, yes, you can.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I
I
Oh,
I
hang,
wonder
hang on,
what's
Janet.
up.
I'm just going to let Echo finish their thought. I want to see what happens
no,
with this.
just put the box in there,
Yeah.
and then I push the button.
Okay. It asks you for a destination.
Do we have a destination we're supposed to use?
Nope.
I
Yep.
think the point of plugging the cable in is to print out a new body for Ray.
I think so. What happens if I put this destination?
Now you were told. So I'll let you back out of this if you choose, but it will quantumly decompose the box that you put in there, and that same box will appear wherever it is that you sent it. So somebody will open the door in a distant Lucky Dragon location to find a box full of viruses.
You're gonna lose your box.
I'm just wondering what happens if you put it in the same location, like in this location.
Oh, you get at this point you get an error message. Yeah.
The box back.
Yep.
I'm just
get
playing with it at this point.
I was curious if this box would affect Ray because of virus.
Mm-hmm. Well, what you could do, and what would be absolutely possible, is to plug in Ray. You see, as you get close, there's a small on the side of it. There's like a service port that's the star shape, same as the plug that you've got, and you could do that while Echo is touching the box and the machine, which would give Echo the opportunity to deploy the viruses against whatever Ray is becoming if they're not happy.
And I got outvoted, so I'm perfectly willing to like put that to the everyone else.
Yeah.
Like if they just want to plug this chick in and let it fly, like I'm happy just experimenting with the buttons. But
Okay.
I could do the thing.
Let's go around the table. Corbin, Neon, what are your thoughts on that? I'm going to call you Corbin again because we're kind of out of combat. So,
I mean, the order of operations, as I understand it, is plug in cable, plug in source code, print out body, and then hologram Ray that's dating res dies.
yep.
And whatever happens to the body happens to the body.
Yes. Correct.
That includes the pointy bit of a sword or viruses.
Yep. So, yep. So Echo can take care of them in the process, and if you choose not to do that, they come out and they're evil, then Neon can stab them right here in the store. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Calais, what's your input on that? And then we'll get Samantha at the end.
I mean, I guess you can do that. I don't.
Kelly's
I
just
don't
got his
understand. I don't
popcorn.
understand. I don't understand why. I don't understand why you don't trust this nice girl. I don't get it.
Yeah.
She just wants to all be safe.
Kelly, is she prettier than I am?
And for the first time in the whole game, Calais sweats.
And I ask, she's pretty than me too. And I look at Kelly.
With your mask on, that's a bold statement because he can't see your face.
I would do
Yeah, okay.
mask.
So, as Calais stutters and stumbles, the question, it's time. I gotta ask the question. Do you plug it in?
Yes, and don't think of it. I fast do that.
And Echo, you're ready to virus the hell out of it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Corbin, you're ready to stab it what steps out if you don't like it, and Calais just got popcorn at this point, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's got popcorn and a stutter.
Yeah, he's just looking over into the corner of the store. Okay, here we go. You plug in the star end of the cord. There are 84,523 Lucky Dragon convenience modules spread across the world. The grand opening of the quantum teleport devices, the QTs in all of them, has just completed. A stuffy of the Lucky Dragon from the logo of the sign was teleported from Kentucky to Buenos Aires as a celebration. The applause faded, and people started using the QT units like we described earlier. Business is booming. And then it all stopped. All of it. At 84,523 locations in 23 countries, the QT units showed an error message. Then their screens went blank. The units hummed to themselves, and then 84,523 doors open, and 84,523 fresh humans step into the world. Each one is genetically identical, and yet they all look different. They all blended the looks of the people that were nearby when they were generated, which means the one in your store looks like a mix of the four of you. 84,523 new people in the world. The world has changed. Scene. I have to stop it there
Congratulations,
because
it's a girl.
Yeah, it's 84,523 people.
That's a lot of cigars to give out.
Shit.
And we get to leave the future untold because that's too big a question. Right? What
I'm
happens?
Yeah. Curious, what she have from me in a look?
From you, the dark hair and the magic.
And she had reacted for me plugging in.
I'm not gonna answer that because we close the story with that shot of all the shot with the 100 cameras, the 100 screens, and each one of them, one of these clones, not clones, one of these copies of Ray walks out of the store. You guys are actually locked in the store with yours, but I'm not even going to let that resolve because I want to drop it right at the moment when the world changes.
Or is she locked in with us?
Oh, probably. That's definitely the situation as I would call it. But with that, we bring our idolatry campaign to an end. I want to thank our players a lot because this was an homage from me to William Gibson. I told one of the people in the chat I probably should have written a fanfic. Honestly, I'm a huge fan, and looking back on this game, I didn't give you guys enough chances to mess with the plot because I had a story to tell, and that's anyway. We know why it happened. This was me trying again to run a decent campaign based on William Gibson. So thank you all for putting up with that while I played with the little stories in my head. So I appreciate that very, very much. Janet, I love Samantha and the Samantha Willow character. They were calm and funny when things weren't bad. When things were serious, they got serious. They had a chance to get in the fight, they ran away. They kind of changed who they were and embraced their streamer side rather than their magic side at the end. So there was a really interesting character arc that went along there. So thank you very much for that. That was wonderful to watch.
And I like it bond with Corbin.
Yes.
Deku character.
Yeah, that was great. I always like that. It's always nice when you've got two characters that have a history before the game starts. So let's jump over to Deku. Corbin is, for the second time, is sort of stepping outside of your comfort zone, and I love it. Thumping things and beating things up, and violence is the answer. It's fun to watch you play that character, but it was also interesting to watch that character morph into something much more like I'm used to from you. Because by the end, it was all compassion and saving my sister, and get out of my way if you get between me and her. So as badass and as hardwired and as chromed up and as full of machinery as Corbin is, in the end, what he is is a big damn hero, and a human being who cares about other human beings in a world where that's a rare thing. So thank you
I
so
mean,
much for
he
playing a
doesn't care
hard ass.
about a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
but the people he does care about, he cares about for a lot.
Amen. Yeah, you went in full knight in shining armor mode in this game, and I love that. That like it's the perfect time to do it, isn't a game?
Knight in neon armor.
In a knight in neon armor, perfect. Yes. Uh, uh and glory. Echo, you made it work. It's a weird class, technomancer, because you're a magician. Excuse me, you're a magician who messes with electronics, and you made that work. You somehow made that weird connection work. It was believable, and at the same time, you were a chaos goblin the whole time through. And in the very end, talk about character arcs. At the very end of after playing Echo for all that time, the last 30 seconds of the game, Glory came out and said, "Push the button."
I couldn't wait any longer.
So thank you for that.
I had been dying for like
Yes.
2 sessions to push the button.
And then you got to push the button, and it made things wonderful. So thank you so much for pushing the button. Which brings us around to Brandon. Oh, I'm still almost wordless that you said that you came to me. I didn't even have to ask you. You came to me and said, "Can I be on one of your streams?" Um, I was so happy when you said it. You have you've done an outstanding job for your first streamed game. You felt natural every day, and I said it the day that it happened. But you were walking down the hall, smashing lights with your ice axes. I knew you were here. I knew you were here to stay. And I'll give you the ultimate compliment that I give to people on this channel is you fit right in. You feel like you've been here forever. So thank you so much. I threw you under the bus multiple times over the last couple of months, and I mean like 4 wheels under the bus. There you go, covered in oil, and you got out every single time. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being first of all my friend for 7+ years. Thank you for facing your fears and coming to stream with us. Thank you for playing a character that was a blast to watch and absolutely was the graphic novel sort of level of hero that I was looking for. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for joining us for this.
Well, thank you for assembling a group of people that I could do this with.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment. The rest of you better too.
Yeah. I'm not where I can play in the other game that you're playing, and I'm actually really sad about it because I'm actually I hope you play
I
in
was
more things because
It's
I
gonna
want
was
to
it's
play
gonna
with
go
you
for a
again.
while. It's gonna go for
I
a while, so
was
we'll get you in when you got time. Yep.
I
Yeah.
was asking Kevin to invite you
Yes, yeah, and yeah,
few times.
things are in the way, but like I said, it's going to be a long run game. So as soon as you're free, we'll get you into that one. But thank you all so much, and
Thank you, Kevin. You brought your you brought your creativity. I know you felt like, there was a little bit of like this going on with creativity.
yeah,
But you pulled it out, man. You pulled it out, and I had a really good time. It was really nice to see like the little callbacks, like the Easter eggs, almost like if you've read Gibson. There were
yeah,
like little points where I was like, oh, I know that name.
yeah,
I don't like that name, but I know that name.
yep,
And it was just really neat to like you talk about other players or other GM's games as like this is a love song, this is a an ode, this is and what you did was also its form of poetry, and I know that I for one really appreciated getting to ride along and I love all of the players that were in this game, but I wanted to make sure to say thank you to you, Kevin, as well.
you are all very welcome. Without all of you, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Um, and no, she's not because I have been thanked now so many times. I have calluses under my eyes. I don't cry anymore when people thank me. I'm finally starting to do what I tell other people to do, which is accept compliments gratefully. And you're right, it is utter bullshit, but I'm covering it up. I'm lying. So, but that brings us to you bastards in the chat. Seeing as how you brought this on yourself, I like being watched. Real simple, and I think a lot of these other folks do too, whether they'll admit it or not. But without the people in the audience, we're just, and there's nothing wrong with it, but we're just people playing games. So I will take Discord Daddy all day long. It is one of the proudest titles I have ever earned in my entire life. You cannot hurt me with that because it is a compliment. But thank you to everybody in chat, not just tonight, Chatsters. I love it. Not just tonight, but every night. You guys show up for all of our GMs. You show up and you care because it's a lot of work doing this. It's a lot of work doing this as an actor. It's a lot of work doing this as a GM. And having somebody show up and say, that was cool, I'll see you next week, is a huge compliment. And it fuels my energy to get on to the next game. And speaking of which, more games in the new year. I kind of got out of gaming for the last little bit. I've been sort of like 1 or 2 days a week, and I realized I need to get more because that's where I get my energy. So watching the new year, new games coming, multiple nights, multiple more GMs, and gosh be darned, after a whole bunch of time, we're going to be running D&D again. So check in for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you watched on Twitch, thank you. If you watched the VOD on Twitch, thank you so much. That's where we get most of our views. So yay, thank you. And if you want to get caught up, pop over to YouTube. It's got our entire oeuvre on it, 700 plus videos now. It's absolutely wild. Catch up there. And if you watched all the way to here on YouTube, please hit the thumb at the bottom because I'm going to presume if you watched this much, you must have liked it. So with that, and speaking of liking it, the time of the year we filmed this can be exhausting. We filmed this right in the middle of the holiday season, and life doesn't slow down for the holidays anymore. It just piles up. So I know that we're all running on low energy. So for
And
now,
stressed.
and stressed to the eyeballs and living on coffee and yeah, all of that stuff. And like I said, life never stops throwing curveballs at you. Life doesn't know it's Christmas. It just keeps doing more wild stuff. So, as that all piles up, I'm going to just ask that if you have any energy left, please remember that most of the people you meet are every bit as exhausted as you. And you know from your own experience that when you're that down, the tiniest little thing can make all the difference. So be that tiny thing, be that difference. Take somebody dragging their butt through the day and make it a little bit easier for them. If you've got the energy, be kind. But at the very least, please, until we see you next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Bye.
See ya. Happy New Year.